3, 2. Hey, what's going on? Green Room, Chef Philly D, Mr. Gemini.
Green Room episode
Cinco.
5.
Yeah, number 5. February 5th, 2021. For posterity. There it is. Green Room.
5 on 5.
5 on 5.
Yeah, 5 on 5.
Well, yeah, that's not even the... Like, all right, so we had all of our tech checks, right? I just sent them all of our tech checks. We had 5 or 6 episodes of just blah, 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 where different mics, improper environment. It was horrible. The content was great, honestly. There were some great stories in there. And listening to them again, I'm like pulling some of those stories. I'm like, some of these stories would be really cool to pull in. It would be like one of those TV dramas. The names have either been changed or some of the facts modified to...
Dude, at some point, it's like, you got to play that stuff. There's a way to just... Yeah. I don't know. That's just me.
And I have agreed every single time, and I joke, B-sides. It's not that it's not ever going to be able to be put out there.
It's not that it's not.
Yeah, it's not that it's not going to be able to be put out there.
Mr. No Negativity.
Oh, dude, double negatives is positive.
Yeah,
The bigger thing is that this show is to provide a certain quality and standard of output, audio-wise and content-wise. And I think upon listening to it, now that you've had them, and the more you listen to them, you're going to realize that stuff, the sound quality is absolutely horrible. There's more background fuzz, white noise, static than you and I. There's many spots where there's so much dead silence. Like
especially now that you have something to compare it to.
But I didn't... So when I had those first set of recordings, I didn't even listen to them. When we got into doing these recordings where you and I both agreed, hey, yeah, this is the appropriate quality content, audio, da-da-da-da-da, I can't stop listening to these. I listen to these, period. I have stopped listening to the radio, like Pandora and stuff, because I don't listen to the radio, right? I would do Pandora. I don't listen to Pandora. I listen to you and I over and over and over again. Because just like you did on that one episode where you came and rectified and wanted to become correct, I'm finding spots where it's like, okay, cool, I did the same. I'm going back and fact-checking myself so that I can do the same as you did. So, yeah.
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 Just trying to, not just come correct, like trying to get to the point where I can, like, feel comfortable enough on the mic that, and that's one thing that I noticed is that one of the things that hasn't translated yet is that comfort we get with each other to the point where we're talking in movie and song title and we're all over the place, and like getting that comfort level on the mic so that it feels natural.
Well, and I get that because so while you have to maintain who you are, right? We were talking about this on the last I'm telling you about being in the flow with Walter Russell and all that, where you just was genius is bestowed because you kind of just get out of your own way and just it just happens, right? With you and I having those kinds of conversations, not having all this additional equipment and trying to be cognizant of having that best audio quality, but yet still maintaining the conversation that we do, it does slightly detract you. It makes you aware of your surroundings, which in all honesty takes you away from that flow, right? That's how I feel about it. So that if that's what's happening, that's what it is. Like you're just,
well, and
even if you're only just that little bit, it's enough that it makes you not natural, so that the conversations don't come. So I understand where you're coming from in that capacity due to that.
Well, I think that kind of goes back to the conversation, like right in the beginning of all this, where it was like, I wish we could be 24/7, and it's like just the comfort level with the mic, like, when you really want to get comfortable with something, so that it's second nature, you have it constant, like you don't let it go. When I want to learn how to rollerblade, I didn't take them on for like 12 hours.
Right.
I learned a lot in 12 hours. I got hurt.
Being immersed.
And I had aches and pains, but
that's what that's what your language students will do as they get further their education as they start to get into like master and doctoral programs. They'll go to the origins or a place thereof and immerse themselves in that culture so that they become truly knowledgeable of that specifics. I mean,
you're walking around in Paris. It's like, well, I mean, if I need to use the facility or I'm hungry, I mean, there's some necessity here.
Right.
There's a certain drive. You're like, man, I better figure it out.
Well, yeah, there's urgency behind it. But that's that thing. If you immerse yourself, if you do that massive chunk of just boom, this is what it is, you do get a greater sense of consistency, efficiency, comfort, all of that. Right. Yeah, I get that.
Oh, they say necessity is the mother of invention.
Mother of all invention.
Yeah.
Right, because if you didn't need it, then why what the hell am I going to give all the couch for? I don't need that. We good. I'm gonna sit here and play with I got a remote control. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. My phone's right next to me. I can just the guy can bring it. I can pay for it on my phone. He can show up at the door, tip and all. Bing, bing, bing. He just be like, yeah, bring it on in and just set it on the table. I ain't getting up.
And that's today. But we didn't grow up like that.
Oh no.
We can date ourselves, right? We didn't grow up like that.
I'm not dating you.
Oh shit! You love me.
It's the green room. We can talk like that. But yeah, no.
I mean, remember, like when we were kids, if we wanted something that was cool, that was in a catalog, you had to send out for it. And it was like 6 to 10 weeks.
A catalog? No. I recall the first catalog I really recall was
JCPenney.
Yeah, I want to say I was like 7 or 8 years old, and my mom just gives me this telephone book sized catalog, poof, this 80-pound paper flip through of pictures.
And I just happened to be flipping through the ladies' underwear.
I don't think that was in there back in the day.
No?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there wasn't, there was no risque, so you couldn't see, there was no undergarment in it.
Oh, you're going way back.
If there was, it was just pictures of the items as and it just...
Oh, just hanging there in space. Yeah.
Yeah, no, back in the day, man, they never pushed any of the boundaries that, super Protestant or something like that,
Sure.
Being all waspy and whatever. But, no, so I recall the first catalog I ever got was, it was that beef. Here you go. Toys are in the back or what, because I think it was like even alphabetical or something. But
you could use that as a booster seat.
I'd flip. Use it. You can get on top of it to get to the counter, to get to the cabinets. I mean, this thing's a ladder. This is pretty much like the beanstalk size of a book here. You climb this thing to get to the sky. It's huge. But there was only like 6 pages that was like toys, and that's all I cared about because it was Christmas time. Mom was like, "Here you go. Pick through this." Write down, like 10 things or something like that, and that was the only catalog I remember until probably, I guess like I was 13 or 14 because that's when Victoria's Secret started sending out their stuff, man. There you go.
Think about a short round. Driving the taxi cab, he was probably sitting on one of them or had one taped to the gas pedal, right?
Dude, he probably took one of them, cut it into like a half and then 2 quarters, used the half unfolded as his booster, and then the 2 quarters as like each one of the pedals. Yeah, that's how big this book was. Yeah, that's a big book. And again, there was like 6 pages, and they were horrible toys.
Dr. Jones.
Dude, people back there, I mean, when they started getting like the Hot Wheels tracks and stuff like that, which was like when I was like 9 or 10 or something like this, but at that point, it's like, I think Nintendo had been coming out, so now I want video games that are better than Atari, because Atari's like the played out stuff, even though I like worked my butt off to be buying games at like $5 a piece and stuff. Dude, the stuff I used to do to get Atari games, man, you don't even know. As a 9-year-old hustling the streets for freaking Atari games, anything I could do to turn $1 or $2, not anything, but pretty close. As a 9-year-old, man, just for Atari games, dude.
Wow, we're getting some deep conversation here.
That explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm just do what exactly?
Yeah, Atari, it's a way of life. People out there listening, they know this.
Well, you're saying all that, and I remember Commodore 64.
Well, see, here's the thing, dude. The
My brother didn't pay for games. He got them pirated from his buddy.
Well, where I grew up, right?
You know how to use a modem? What the hell is that?
Dude, I didn't even know what the internet was until, like, swapping coasts. For real. Dude, like, I barely had just started to know what cable TV was moving out here, right? That's one of them things. So, like, Atari, to have the what the heck, what, the 7800 or 7200 or so, what is it? Wow, it wasn't that? No, because I think it was like the 28, which is the 56. I forget. There were like 3 different versions. But
well, you want to look it up?
Well, I mean, if you want, go ahead, fact check that. But my dude having like the bombest of the bomb Atari in my neighborhood, everybody was just like, yo. Like, that was crazy talk, right? Like, nobody had that stuff back then. So the fact that they had that, the Atari unit that I had, by the time I grabbed it, I think it was like already like 5 or 6 years old, right? I had the Nintendo, most of the games where you gotta like blow in the back of it and then like plug it in and like do its thing. Dial up. Yeah, that's annoying. Put that away. Seriously, holy crap! It's a good thing this is green room. I'd have to hurt you for that.
You don't remember that?
No, we all blocked it out of our memories because nobody wants none of that.
Oh, I know. And that's what it almost hurts to hear it because you remember.
It did. That's why I told you to turn it off.
No, I mean what it's associated with. You know, or you still take for like 10 minutes just to get the thing on. And like you just need to pay a bill. That's it.
I don't know. I was never an internet person. Dude,
until it became really, really easy, right?
I didn't really start using the internet full force until probably like maybe 10 years ago. Like, for real. And that's because that's when I started doing my that's when I started to go through like education and whatnot, right? So that was I was forced to because that's how the system worked. So that's what I had to do. But
52, 26, 78.
Yeah, 7800, right?
And links.
Yeah.
3 more.
3 more.
How many flashback series?
These are like remakes and remodels.
8-bit, and then the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah. No, those are not. No, dude, it's
52, 26, 78. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I used to sling Jolly Ranchers. Dude, yeah, knowledge time. As a, what do you want? 12 years old, right? Slinging Jolly Ranchers. A dude of mine taught me this, and I started doing the same thing. I'm like, I'm on that because here's the deal. I could buy the Jolly Ranchers used to come in the long sticks, the long flat sticks, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it wasn't the little candies. It was the long sticks. They were like 4 inches or something like that, 4 or 5 inches, something like that. You know, a 32nd of an inch thick, and you can get them in the sour apple, the watermelon, whatever. They were 15 cents a piece.
Yeah, they were like the shape of the Airheads.
Yeah, right,
the
pretty
shape
much.
Of those, but it was like hard. Yeah, it was like the hard candy.
So I could get these at 15 cents a piece at my local convenience store that I could ride my bike to. That was like 7 blocks away. Which back in the day, living in the neighborhood that I did, riding my bike by myself, 7 blocks. You try to do that nowadays in nice neighborhoods, and be like, "Oh my gosh, are you crazy? You could get kidnapped." Dude, back in the day, no, dude. Just riding my bike through the city by myself. Like the only white kid for like blocks probably. Are you kidding me? Going to buy my Jolly Ranchers, right? I buy them for 15 cents. I'd sell them for $0.25. I'd make 10 cents on every single piece, right? Now we're talking about like 1991, 90, right? Yeah, dude. So quarters are like whatever, like, here's 2. You start slinging a bunch of those where you're talking about like 10, 20, 50 a day. You're starting to make like $2, $3, $4, $5.
But you gotta get smart with it too. I mean, like, no, watermelon. You want watermelon, you can have watermelon. But if you want 2, that's double the price. I'm sorry, that's a hot commodity.
Well, long and short is, as a 12-year-old in 1990, just coming out the recession in California, right? making $2 to $5 a day.
Slinging candy.
Totally, I want to say almost legal, but yeah, but do slinging candy, you're making money, right? Dude, that was good money back then, and that was just my candy hustle.
I was dealing Garbage Pail Kids. I was selling candy.
Oh, dude, no, when Garbage Pail Kids came out, oh yeah, dude. Again, Jolly Ranchers was just one of my hustles. Think about that.
Selling mixtapes to the kids that like to pop and lock, do the breakdancing. Yo, man, you want a piece of cardboard? $5.
Mixtapes.
It's already taped together, man. It's perfect.
Mixtapes was when I was like 14 or 15. Well, because I had a bunch of that West Coast stuff that you really couldn't get here on the East Coast. I had like all the Eazy-E stuff and like whatever. It's like most of the kids around here, they didn't know nothing about that. The fact that I met one cat in middle school that even knew who Eazy-E was, let alone could repeat. No, it wasn't even you, because it was before I even met you, bro. Like for real.
Okay.
He was in your class though, because I just remember I came in and I'm just like I had it in my headphones, bopping on it, just just doing my thing and all. And he. Right, and he just looks at me. I was probably singing like "Easy Does It" or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been like the bank robbery spot or something. I don't even know.
Hey, easy. Why are you wearing your pants like that? Oh wow.
Yeah, dude. That's But so I come in like bopping on that, and he starts like going with me. He just looks at me, and I'm just like, okay, give him the nod. And that was like one of the first cool cats I actually met on the East Coast, where I was like. Huh. But then it got me thinking, it's just like, dude, if he's the only other dude, then like everybody else don't probably know neither. And yeah, man. But then shortly after that, CDs started getting popular and stuff, and so then I started doing like CDs. But that's when I started like spinning music and whatnot.
No, I remember the first disc I bought. I remember going into the store. It was so funny because all they did was, so the stores didn't have to get all new shelving. They used the same shelves that they used for the vinyl.
Right.
And the boxes used to come, and it was half the size of the length of a vinyl.
Well, because I think it's like long. A quarter of a size, right. So it's just
like super long, so it would fill that box shape. So when they first sold them, they were like double the size they needed to be just to fit in that spot. Yeah. It was really funny. Remember the first one I bought was Dr. Dre's Chronic album, and I had it maybe 2 weeks, and then my mom confiscated it. I found it years later. It was in the cabinet, like tucked behind the dishes. I never knew it was there.
I guess that's better than like finding it in her car, like, actually in the deck, like just like jammed. Be like, Ma,
why was this in the 6-disc changer?
Right. I was listening for your safety, making sure it was appropriate content. Sure you were, Ma. Sure you were. Why is the car 2 inches lower now? I don't understand.
Why did my mom suddenly become a Jewish lady from Staten Island? That's what I want to know.
That's what like every ma sound like when they're like trying to take your music from you. Dude, it could be like 1970s and she's trying to take like, your disco or something. Yeah, like what? Like, Ma, disco. What do you do? This is not music of the Lord. This is not good stuff you listen to, right? That's like, what? Ma, come on. It's like you're like taking your Kiss album.
That's I'm sorry. That's the Adam Sandler mom voice. That's
yeah, that is
leading into that.
But that's what it is.
Well, you can't go swimming, honey. You just ate.
Dude, we're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, no, that's and that's my thing is that's why I'm like that's like every single mom that's out there just like freaks out over stupid stuff. They all sound like that. I think they call them Karen now. Is that like what it is? You're being a Karen? Yeah, that's the appropriate Karen voice from like 30 years ago. When it was appropriate for us. That's how old we are.
Ma.
Yeah. Ma, meatloaf. No. But yeah, no, that's you, dude. Oh, you get told to come in. It's not even dark yet. The lights aren't on. Right, we didn't even have lights on our neighborhood, like on our street. That's how poor our street was. They was at the ends of the streets because they were like the main avenues going up and down between the main streets. We were like one of them side streets. So I think we had like one light in the middle because it was like a dirt road and it was not the best spot. So it was like, we're gonna put a light here so nothing happens here. It didn't work.
Yeah, and you want to hustle because you don't want to hear. You don't want everybody on the block and hear your mom hollering. And it's like, dude, I gotta go. I have to go like now. I have to go.
Yeah, so here, this is what this is what I love about the hood, right? Every man, no matter how hard you are, every woman, know how hard you are. Like any cat growing up hood wise, I don't care how ghetto, hard. Like, dude, I'm the biggest, meanest, baddest, whatever. As soon as
I ain't messing with
as soon as your mother even. Oh no! And not even you, but even you and your friends, you all be like, "Oh, dude, you messed up. You better hurry up before she comes over here and says something to me." I tell you, get going, come on, man. You just yelling at you, "Go, dude! I don't want to deal with this." Yeah, no, you don't mess with moms, man. My Dukes is a soldier, and she's mean. She will throw down in a heartbeat. She'll just like straight up walk behind you, just slice your throat and let you drop. You know what I mean? She'll freaking Wayne Brady snap your neck and just shh as your body drops to the ground. Like, doesn't care. Yeah. You don't mess with Ma Dukes.
Started calling mine Queen Bee back in the day. She's still not like that.
Dude, you don't.
Oh, she hates that.
You don't mess with mama bears. Do not mess with the mamas. Never. Your grandmother, your mother, your auntie.
Your mother?
Yeah, no, dude. If there's a woman in your life that is like, if slightly authoritative, I don't care. Aunt, grandmother, ma, if there's a woman in your life, like, you do not mess with her. Listen to her, take her knowledge, accept it, say thank you, and just move along. Be much safer. That's a PSA for me. You're welcome.
It's always a thing, like, you say something, and like you're in the middle of saying it, like it's wrong. You're in the middle of saying, "Whap! Where the hell did that come? Whap!"
Let's see. Dude, like, all right, so.
And you better hope she won't get your ears.
Dude, I've had.
Because you won't hear right out of that side.
I've had wooden spoons, spatulas, chanclas, woman slipper. Oh, dude, I've had, like, thrown at me, thrown on me, because it's whatever was nearest. If there was nothing near, and they like slap you with your hand, and they'd be like, "Now my hand hurts. This is all your fault." And they like smack you some more. It's dude, no. It just one thing led to another, just made him for a bigger beating.
But it was
again, don't mess with Ma Dukes, man. They mean.
It was always Ma.
Pop.
No, for me, Pop. He was a softie.
Yeah, no. See, here's the deal with me. It used to always only be Ma, until I started getting big enough that it didn't hurt no more. Oh, yeah.
You graduated.
Yeah, but I made the mistake of letting her know that I graduated.
Yeah, I said you graduated. But
and that's what, so no, dude, I still remember this very exact statement. The first time I actually heard, "Wait till your father gets home." Scared the ever living, because I'm like, wait. If that's what Ma's been throwing, I'm like, and Dad's like, what does he throw? Oh no. Yeah, you know what he throws? Something that makes sure that you lay on your stomach for a week. That is no joke. You sleep on your stomach for the entire week. Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking, fudge.
Oh, that would have been cake instead of what I did say. So, little known story. I get 10 beatings. For real. Leather belt, bare bottom. Like, I get lashings.
Oh, we don't want anybody having to call the authorities on this.
Dude, statute of limitations, we all good.
That's
Plus,
true,
I'm not,
time.
plus I'm not, I'm not filing charges or nothing. I learned my lesson. Don't talk back to Ma Dukes. Never talk back to Ma Dukes.
You messed up, dude.
I did. But again, because like I finally learned, just pain was nothing to me anymore. I've been beaten up enough times by the neighborhood kids. Like I've been like beaten by my mom by like, again, the chanclas, wooden spoons, spatulas, your back of the hand, whatever is the nearest thing. Pain is whatever. So like I get my 10 licks, tells me to pull up my Johns, and she's just like, "What do you have to say?" I was like, "We done?" "Oh, right. Right, because I thought I was big boy. I'm just like, dude, that was 10. What do you got now? Yeah, this is whatever. I'm gonna go see my boys and do my thing now. Like I'm a big man, right? Nah, because that's when she just literally was just like,
She's looking for something to pick up at that point.
oh no, that's when instant reaction. Wait till your father gets home. My instant response, no, beat me some more. I literally asked for more beatings. Not a joke. I said, beat me some more.
Nope. Nope.
I asked for that. I did it. That's all right. I learned my lesson. Again, don't mess with Ma Duke. She's the real deal.
You wait until your father gets home. You're like, oh, can we? Look, I'll clean the whole house. Like right now. Ma.
Oh, I already been cleaning the whole house.
You try to get, Ma, I love you.
Oh no, I literally asked her. I was like, could you beat me some more, please? Well, I'm like trying to make a deal with her. I was like, come on, like, you can just hit me a little bit more, maybe over here. Come on, no, didn't go for it. That was a hard pass. Yeah, again, I learned my lesson.
Still no marks over here. I heard if you beat somebody on their feet, it doesn't even bruise.
I don't even. How do you know that? I think we have to have another discussion at another point. I'm a little afraid right now.
You just hear conversations.
You hear things.
You hear things.
When you listen to stuff, you hear things.
Yeah, feet don't bruise that easy.
Well, I mean, that's what telephone books are for. I mean, wait, what?
Garden hose. Chunk of garden hose, really. But anyway, there's no reason I should know any of that. That's ridiculous. I don't know what you're talking about.
And there's no reason anybody should ever know that. Or maybe there is. Because that goes back to, if you don't have the other, then you don't know what good is, right? Without the bad, there is no good.
But no,
actually, you know what? Here, Jordan Peterson. You and I have talked about...
Most of my abuse as a child was psychological.
As all of ours was.
Yeah, it wasn't
still physical.
I didn't have the fear of being beat, and there was never an issue about worrying for my safety. So can't complain there.
Oh, I had to safety in the house and out of the house. It happens. That's a thing.
For the homies.
Apparently.
Irv.
I wasn't even in.
Clean up in aisle 4, please.
But yeah, no. So Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
This is because you actually introduced him to me. Same thing with Walter Russell.
I introduced his book to you.
Which introduced him to me.
Right, yeah. So 12 Rules for Life.
Correct.
Yes.
Which then, as you would say, put me into a rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've enjoyed quite a bit. I've seen most of his lectures, honestly.
I mean, are you like me too? Like, I mean, because you already said you really don't read all that much, or you just kind of started getting into it.
So,
but when I read something, I'm always looking up videos to see if I can find somebody else's take on it, or see if I can kind of peek ahead a little, and also get, like you said, there's all kinds of content out there. When
it was college, depending on my schedule, well, yeah, I would I would do that to cliff note it, right? Get a quick synopsis or something. Now, because it's not regimented, judged requirements for a piece of paper, it is no longer a thing that it's, hey, this is now enjoyment. I actually have peace from this. So when I go to read now, which I'm just starting to do, which is I've expressed before, due to college, late in my life, the majority of the reading that I finally wound up getting into was all it was all like dry academia, because it was all college based, so it's textbook stuff, and I read so much of that became my I enjoy that. I actually do. I like reading economics and physics and quantum mathematics, and I like formulas and math. Mega nerd, right? It's cool, but with the whole Jordan Peterson thing, you bringing in him, I've kind of now slowly been transitioning from just enjoying the dry academia stuff where it's all statistics, peer reviewed kind of stuff, to now include the ability to want to ingest something that's on this level, because he's very, Jordan Peterson is, he's a clinical psychiatrist, if I'm correct, right? He's not a clinical therapist.
I think, yeah, clinical
psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's pretty well papered. Well, but
or psychologist.
Psychologist. Yeah. Well, one can subscribe. I always forget which way it goes, because one can subscribe prescriptions and the other cannot. Both still have basically the same level of studies. It's just one gets more into the pharmaculture and the other does not. He's the one that does not, as far as I'm aware. He's very much about talking and getting, doing your stuff, like working from inside out.
Yeah, I think he's even said before, if it's needed as a crutch during the time when you're trying to discover, what it is that's bothering you, then fine. But
do what you got to do to get your, fake it till you make it.
To get there, but then to.
Well, because once you're truly whole,
build a dependency on it.
Yeah, once you're truly whole, you shouldn't need anything other than yourself, because you would be truly happy, and anything around you would be an extension of that, right?
Well, and the clinical psychology aims to try and fix you from the inside out psychologically. That most of your, any one of us can say most of our issues are psychological. It's
99.9. The rest is predisposition, I suppose. I don't know.
Well, even if it's something that seems as ordinary as sensitivity to hot and cold,
well, it could be genetic as well. But me reading wise, to get back to your point of how much reading I've been doing instead of watching TV and stuff, right? Is I'm now at a place where I've been working internally so much that I enjoy reading. And cats like Jordan Peterson, while he's albeit analytical, because he's coming from a papered, intelligent, empirical component, his writing doesn't exactly express that. He comes across more as just a very well-versed, intelligent speaker. So he doesn't come across as this horribly dry professor that's writing this, textbook. It's very personal. It's very, very anecdotal. And
the books seem to be written very, very closely to how he actually speaks publicly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
Well, and that's because he just speaks in a very intelligent manner and an eclectic intelligence. His vernacular is so diverse, but his reading background, from what I'm to understand with the research I've done on him, he's just read book upon book and just in stories but not just read them, but reread them, and then really try to draw from them and pull correlations on other sides and see the congruent ideas across many eras and many different cultures and societies. And so he's looking at even big picture stuff on that, and from a grand scheme, because he's that well read. And so while education taught me to appreciate intelligent conversation, intelligent expression, to be able to read and write to that level where you can be verbose in your language, is now allowing me to really start to enjoy reading on a new level that I never did before. The only enjoyment I ever had is because I had to. So it's I have to read this, so I got to find a way to like it. And I started to just let the geek part of me enjoy the math side and like see the correlations and like the patterns and so it was just like, all right, cool. So it was enjoyable like that. But I also was able to pick a couple of cool classes that allowed me to have pretty awesome textbooks that gave alternate perspectives to the same exact, situations that had happened, these moments in history, but telling the other side, the he said, she said part of it. So having that and learning that and being able to use it, meaning that I can find alternate sources of the same material. Yeah, I really enjoy reading now. And TV is horrible. It just
TV really is terrible.
It rots your brain. It's an addiction. It really
I
is.
still have shows I like to watch, but
But this goes back to that conversation about why we would be so used to seeing a screen, a TV, a phone, a tablet, whatever, because that's kind of our perception. Like we almost have like a movie projector in our head because that's what our brain shows us as our eyeballs and ears and everything interprets everything. We kind of like an internal drive-through, or movie theater where we get that screen in front of us. So of course we would naturally be okay with that. But to me, that's like the easy thing to do. That's why I'm like, that's kind of like an addiction thing.
Well,
it's so easy to get addicted to dealing with screens and just,
I think
enjoying
one of
them.
the problems is it's unnatural. And one of the things I was getting at is that, everybody's eyesight sucks these days because you spend all day, unless you're lucky and you do something you really enjoy, you spend most people probably spend a lot of time sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah, whether for work or personal.
Staring at one or two screens all day. And then what do when they want to relax when they get home? They crack a beer and they stare at the screen, the TV screen.
Yeah.
So now you just traded one screen for another. Or maybe they sit in front of their computer for an hour and do bills and some such first. So it's like you're going from screen to screen. And then I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to take a tablet with me so I can keep up on the book that I'm reading. So it's like you're constantly reading a screen. And I think there's something very unnatural about that because when you think about it, especially when it comes to watching, and I'll try to wrap this up so we can move on, but the thing about watching like a movie or something like that is that when you're like I liken it to back in the day, you would just look out your window of your house because that's what you do. You'd read a book or you'd look out the window and you'd see life moving around out there, and that was kind of your entertainment. But the difference being is that when you see you see something scurry along, your eye tracks it and your eye focuses on it so that it can get a clear image of it. When you try to do that on a two-dimensional screen for so long, it just messes with your eyes.
Not having that
So you can't
third dimension, no depth.
Well, your eyes get lazy now because they know, I don't really have to focus on that. Like if you're so, even if you're reading words off a computer screen, after a while, I'll just get a headache. Like I have to turn around and walk away. I'm loving being unemployed right now because I don't stare at anything. I don't even stare at a TV screen for too long,
Yeah, dude,
and it's wonderful. I mean, it's so much better for your eyes.
Yeah, I've been more prone to, because like even you said, with the tablet, people read. I mean, so even if you're not doing Facebook or playing games or combinations thereof, the fact that you're probably using it to read, because now you can have 30,000 books on one tablet as opposed to an entire library in a part of your house that you don't have room for it.
I see the draw, but I still feel like it's unnatural. And my eyes like printed page. I'm
very tactile. I love my human side. I really do. I love to touch and feel the smell. Do paper smells like
the feeling of turning the page and like trying to make sure you separate. You get one sheet and not four.
Yeah. Dude, the fact that you might have to like lick your thumb so you can get enough tack so you can pick that page and flick it over. Oh. Yeah,
there's something about a real book.
There's something very sensual about, if you've already like read the book and you're coming back to reread, because there's a difference between like gloss paper and that really just flat, matte, really just almost like cardboard, unrefined, just it's rough and it's almost gritty. There's so much texture. Like when those pages slide in comparison to those glossy like textbooks and New Age stuff. Kind of like your the Walter Russell, the blue 1950s. That book, to flip through it, you get that like that that long drawn out page. It's paper. That's a tree.
It feels like a 1950s text.
Yeah, there's not 37 chemicals to make this. It's tree pulp mashed, boom, and then they like make paper, cut it, put a print on it, done. That's how we used to do it. Yeah, dude, I love print. Print is not dead. Print is very alive. It's sensual. It's beautiful.
I'm still trying to build my library. I tried doing the reader thing, and it is convenient, that you can open up to a book anywhere you're at, especially if you have it on your phone too, if you have the Kindle thing on your phone. But that's what I kept coming back to. It's like I spent all day staring at a screen. I don't want to spend my entertainment time staring at a screen.
Well, and see, like, to me, with the books I have, I don't read them once. Just like the movies I have. If I'm gonna possess this, if I'm gonna allow this to maintain, itself inside of my personal bubble, I'm gonna use this. There's gonna be utilization. There's gonna be a multitude of, hey, thank you for this usage. I appreciate that. The knowledge is great. The fact that I'm gonna reread it. There's gonna be like notes. There's gonna be dog-eared pages. I'm gonna put Post-its in there. I'm gonna start highlighting and underlining. You go through most of my library, which is very small. Most of them are very textbook style of like.
The books are all loved. Yeah, they're all.
I am very appreciative of the knowledge they have afforded me. And the fact is I've actually gone through, as far as I'm concerned, molested a couple of them that it's like I bought brand new ones or, maybe used, but like tainted in a sense for others to borrow to read or give. So I'm like, yeah, no, I want this is my copy.
I'm gonna give you this. It's got all my thoughts.
Which, I mean, I've shared those with a few people. I'm like, I'll be honest. There's highlighted. There's like underlinings. There's like, if you're not opposed to it, here you go. Then go ahead and read it. So, yeah, dude, I love being able to share my knowledge, because if I can share with you, then that means you can share with me, and that goes back to that last conversation we had of stone sharpening stone.
Or iron sharpening iron, I think.
It's there's a couple versions.
I really like that. We keep coming back.
Which I was listening to some of the old recordings. That was on some of the old recordings too. So it's almost as like no matter what, we knew that this had to be put out there.
That's a repeating. It's like a phrase that keeps repeating in your head. Apparently, that's one thing that you keep coming back to.
It's something I really enjoy. Yeah.
Well, and probably because it's so close to your heart, like with your kind of
my internal manifesto.
Well, your mission now. I mean, the whole focus of coming forward as being an example, and that's what you're trying to do. Is you're trying to step forward and be like, I'm trying to be the example of what you need to be.
Yeah, don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. And I think that it just kind of goes hand in hand with that thought that that's what you'd be trying to do ultimately, is to sharpen the minds of others.
Socrates is so great. The Socratic method, and just playing devil's advocate just to get more free flowing thought, more expression, more understanding. Because even if it's for me to be able to gain an alternate perspective, I mean, you said thought experiments, right? Where you just play stuff out in your head. You're like, well, what if? And then just play it to the nth degree to see where it would like roll out to, right?
Well, I mean, and that's like at the root of where I come from. Like what I keep wanting to bring to this conversation is that fifth element, like that.
Lilu multipass?
That aspect, that fifth element, that
catalyst,
intangible, that
the additional component that turns it up an extra notch. Yeah, man.
Bam.
Well, and that really goes back to our past conversations where it's like, if it's you by yourself, yeah, you're funny. Me by myself, yeah, I'm funny. Us together, we're hilarious. And that's good mathematics. It's like funny equals haha, funny plus funny equals ha 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 ha. We're funny plus funny.
See, now you're talking about it. It's going to ruin it. Just going to ruin it.
It negates. Is that what you're saying? You gotta be mathematical about it. It's like, well, if you're gonna say it now, funny plus funny equals 0. Thanks. Then I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna out you. Yeah.
No, you're looking at this.
I built a fort. He built a bigger fort.
Expectations. There's like some uncomfortable, no.
Yeah, expectations. I was expecting to come here and make a small little makeshift wall. I come in here and he's got a 3-sided soundproof booth that he's built.
That's
he dad forted times 7 squared. And he wanted to 0 me on the funny plus funny. Yeah, not cool, bro.
I got the dad hookup. Yep.
Yeah, it is pretty dope though.
Like
I'm pretty sure this is going to be
handyman style, like.
Well, but in sound quality wise, I think this is going to do pretty well. So this allows us to have a multitude of spots so that we can get
Multipass.
Yeah, Lilu multipass, because then now we can get a little bit more freedom. We can do a lot more stuff now.
Yes, he knows that's a multipass.
Yeah, because now we're starting to reach out. We got some listeners that have been telling us what's what, giving us some feedback. We got some cool people that we know that we would love to have some great conversations with that would want to do it with us.
I'm telling you.
Dude, I'm telling you what's coming up next.
I'm telling you.
And it's going to happen. And we got some great guests coming.
Oh, I'm all about it. Like, if I'm telling you can hit the road, we can go places, maybe have, break bread together. We were talking about bringing in a musical element. I mean, you've been telling me all these crazy ideas you want to do for years now. I mean, you want to bring back the old Mystery Science Theater.
I feel like, dude, there's
something about that.
I always said if they did Christopher Walken as the guy for Mystery Science Theater 3000, that would be a thing. That would be the way to watch that show. But that's every role for a great great production, whether it's Shakespearean movie, whatever, the appropriate person. There's always that one person who's just the right thing for that role, and that's like one of those things. Christopher Walken would destroy in Mystery Science Theater 3000. It would be so his platform. The things he would say would be so funny that they would be anti-funny, and you would almost be like, I can't even laugh at that. That's, oh my, I can't even. You would literally have cognitive dissonance in your brain so much that you would just want to like go into shock and have a seizure. That's how hilarious he would be. I'm telling you.
That's really what we're looking for.
I mean, that's what I do. Back in the day, like Japanese stuff, right? When you would have like epileptic seizures from watching the commercials.
See that guy over there foaming at the mouth? He's all convulsing on the ground.
Like,
that's my fan.
Yeah, I did that.
That's me right there. I did that.
Yeah, but you'd have to do it as Walken, though. That guy on the ground convulsing loves me. You're just like, wait, what? What? I don't understand. I don't understand. How does this work? Yeah, no, that's. But dude, yeah, Christopher Walken, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I would be addicted to that show. Just hearing that, I know I want to listen.
You don't
to
think it would ever get old?
Never.
Never. Okay.
For me, no, never.
I mean, really, you could switch it up with all different. You really could. I mean, Clint Eastwood, awesome. Totally could work. I'm telling you. Cheech Marin.
But But here's the deal. There's a difference between could work and the epitome of what is the literal acme of amazement. Christopher Walken in Mystery Science Theater 3000. That two great tastes that taste great together. Done. Literal apex cannot be better than this. No one will ever go higher than that. That is the ultimate TV show right there. Tell me I'm wrong.
You can't infinity times anything. It doesn't work. That's it. It's as good as it gets.
I know how math works. Funny plus funny is ha 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 ha. Yeah, I said it. I have to agree with you, man. This is doing the green room's a great idea.
May have just got a little dumber just then.
What do you mean could have? Ooh. It's like saying, I'm cool. No, you're not. Whoever told you that lied. Oh, I did that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the green room. This is what we're allowed to do. You know, it gets the sillies out. So I think that's a great point to go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, we should probably.
Yeah. We're going to get you...
Focus!
Oh, God, no. Oh, no. 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 We're not even going to talk about that.
You're a motherfucker.
Grandmother... Oh, shut your mouth.
I was like, yes, I am.
Yes, yeah. No, it's, Thanks for listening. We're gonna take care of some things, and we'll be back.
Oh, you'll be fine. Just reach over and push that other button.
Yeah, we'll fix that in editing.